Hi, I'm Katie Crane, the Pilates professional, and if you're doing this video, I hope that you've already done the precursor video, which was using the chi ball. This video is an add-on to that video in dealing with pelvic pain. So today we're going to be using the roller, and the idea is that you've already learned the breathing technique that we practiced in the first video so that you can continue playing around with that breathing, and you've already spent quite a bit of time on the chi ball or on the soft Pilates ball. Today I want you to lay down with your rib cage just at the back at your roller. So I pretty much think of having the roller around about where my bra line is, or just a little bit lower than my shoulder blades. Allow for the pelvis to stay nice and heavy on the floor. And on your inhale, you're going to inhale through the nose and allow for the body to open up at the front, stay heavy through the roller. And then as you exhale, you're going to exhale through the nose and allow for the body to pick itself up. Again, we're using the breath cycle in and out through the nose. If you remember, this is all about allowing for the body to relax, for the body to initiate the parasympathetic nervous response so that the body can naturally start to respond to the inflammation in the body. Now, the whole idea of doing this particular movement, and my head is fully supported, is that as I go back, it really stretches out through the front of the body. As I come on up, I want you to think of staying soft through the front of the body. So the body cannot actually stretch, right? So anatomically that is not true, but I'm using this language because it's easy for people to understand. But as I go back, my muscles are actually working eccentrically. So they're opening up, they're working at their longest point at the front, and then as I come on up, naturally my muscles are working concentrically, but I actually invite you to use as little muscle tone as possible through the movement. So I'm really using my hands to bring my head back to looking at the belly. And the whole point of this is that, remember, this is all about letting go. This is all about unsticking the stuck. And this is all about trusting the body that you can move with a little bit more freedom, with a little bit more ease, and ultimately a lot more joy. Keep the pelvis nice and heavy, and I'll look at you. So twist through the upper body. All of my weight is now on one rib. I look back to the center of the knees, and then all of my weight is on the other rib. Again, I'm not actively forcing muscles to work. I want you to use as little effort as possible when it comes to your muscles to go through the movement. So how well can you move without bracing? How soft and how flexible, how gooey can you be? And how little tension do you need to be able to move through this? Make that your last one. Let's lay on the side. So this can be quite a challenge. If you need to go back to the chi ball, you definitely could use the chi ball, but I'm going to use the roller and just allow for my head to fall down to the side. My knees are stacked on top of each other. And now I'm going to take this arm up and over the head. Just tap the hand on the floor, back up and over, down to the pelvis or down to the side of the body. Let's do rounds of 4, but in your own time, you could probably do even more than 4. The shoulder is soft in the socket. I'm just allowing for the weight of my body to drape over the roller. And as I reach my arm up and over, I can feel that my ribs start to expand naturally. My ribs expand as the arm goes overhead. And it creates a little bit more space between the ribs and the pelvis, and then everything just softens underneath. Good. We're going to add on some leg movement with that. So let's keep the hand over head, and just start to slide your top knee forwards, and then take that top knee back. You'll see that as I slide my top knee forwards, my upper body goes with. So let's do 4 times there, keeping the arms there if you can. If you need a little bit of support, by all means, pop that arm down wherever you need to. Now we're going to add on, as the knee goes forward, the arm goes forward. As the knee goes back, the arm goes back. Big circle of the arm. Now the thing is with pelvic pain, is my pelvis is like, it's the very cornerstone, or the very center of the rest of my body. So when things are gluey and stuck and locked up in my pelvis, it invariably, let's go the other way, it invariably has a knock-off effect on things like my shoulders, my neck, my low back. Other things start to become tense. Now, as I go this way, can you see that as I take the arm back, I'm letting the elbow just drape. I'm not keeping the arm straight. Don't worry about keeping things straight. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to do the other side while we're here. But the idea is that because other things become stuck, because the pelvis is all locked up and all sticky, it's actually really important to work the body as a whole. And that's the beauty of Pilates, isn't it? Is that we never see the body just as the pelvis or just as the leg or wherever it is that you're experiencing discomfort. We understand that the body works together. We understand the importance of accessing the entire body in everything that we do. So allow for the arm to go over the head, and then allow for the arm to come back to the side. Remembering that it can feel so different on one side to the other, but that's normal. Just be okay with it, be aware of it, but don't get fixated on any of that. Allow for the ribs to open like little Venetian blinds. Allow for the space between the rib and the pelvis to become a little bit bigger. And then come on down. Good. Now we're going to take the arm overhead and slide that top knee forwards. Slide that top knee back. And as we slide forwards and back, we allow for the weight to go towards the front of the chest, and then the weight goes towards the back of the chest. So ultimately, I'm massaging on the underneath side, but I'm really opening up on the top side. If you need to, you could pop your hand down to your side if that's better for you. Good. On this next one, we're going to circle the arm around with the leg. So arm and leg goes, slides forwards, arm and leg comes back. Allow for the shoulder just to drape around. Allow for the elbow to bend when it needs to. And check in on your body. If you feel, say you have pelvic pain on the right-hand side, is it the right-hand side through the upper body that is tight, or is it the opposite side? There is no right or wrong. Your body is your body. You're the only one who is experiencing what you are experiencing right now and forever. But it's important that you know what you're experiencing so that you can start to listen to your body, forgive your body, and heal your body. It's all part of the experience. Beautiful. Once we've done that one, then we're going to come back pretty much to the very first exercise. It's a good little check-in on the body, see how different it is now. So just set yourself up, rest the hands underneath the head that you're fully supported, inhale through the nose. Keep going back as far as you can until you don't have any more air to inhale. And exhale out through the nose. Let's play with this. Inhale through the nose for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 2, 1. Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 2, 1. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 2, 1. Last time, allow for the body to go all the way over. And while you're there, just take a couple of gentle breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. See if you can allow for the body to get any heavier on your roller. Feel how that allows for the front of the body to open up all the way down through the pubic bone. And when you're ready, with all the softness in the world, allow for your body to come up. Beautiful. Now we're going to pop the roller underneath your pelvis. So the easiest way to get there is to pop it underneath the knees and then go ahead and lay on down. Once you're there, then you can bring the roller up underneath the pelvis and see how this allows for the top of my body to open out. I feel fully supported through the pelvis, and I like to hold on to the roller on either sides of it just so that it doesn't move. Separate the feet nice and wide, and then just allow for the knees to go side to side. So as the knees go to the left, my left knee comes close to the top of the roller, but my right knee is going down towards the wall. And then come back to the center. The right knee comes across to the top of the roller. I'm pushing energy out through my left knee. Come back to the center. So ultimately, the outside knee, which is my top one, I'm pushing that knee over towards the toes of my feet that are on the floor to open out the front of the leg. So I have this muscle, my psoas, which grows out of the spine at the front of the spine and then grows into the leg. And its action is to create this pendulum movement of the leg. So it swings my leg forwards when I walk. But it's a very, very deep muscle, and because it grows out of the spine and it goes all the way down to the leg, it also shares dura or fascia with some of my organs, with my diaphragm, so with my breathing muscle, and also with my kidneys, with my adrenal glands. And potentially, if I've got things like fibroids sticking everything together, chances are somewhere along the line, some of that stickiness is within that area. And you may well feel, as you send the leg down away from you, that you can really sense that opening out. Even it out, so do however many more you need to be even, 1 or 2 more. And then let's make a figure 4. So I allow for one ankle just to drape over the knee. So when I look at my legs, it looks like a figure 4. Then I'm aiming to take that foot down towards the floor. Now I'm getting this beautiful big stretch through the outside of the hip, and I'm anchoring in and massaging the inside of the hip. Come on back. Now you will feel your muscles working to come on back, but I don't want you to actively switch muscles on. I want you to find throughout all of these exercises and this entire experience, how little effort can you put into the movement that you're doing. When I say that, it shouldn't mean that you feel that your back is taking over, because that's a lot of effort, right? So it should still be appropriate muscles, and appropriate muscles here are going to be those side tummy muscles. But how little of that tone do you need to get the movement to successfully happen well? Make this your last one and we'll go the other side. So say I have the pelvic pain. This is the inside of my pelvis, is somewhere in my belly. What's the outside of my pelvis are my glutes. So the body will always do things to help support anything that's going on or any dysfunction. It is really common for people who have pelvic pain to sometimes have poor core tone, poor glute muscle structure, but also be tight in the hips in general. So these exercises are designed just to release any tightness through the hips, but also encourage those tummy muscles to do the job that they're designed to do. Couple more on this side, however far you can go, and then come right out of that. Keep pushing that top knee down towards the outside wall or towards the toes that are on the floor all the time. Last one. Beautiful. All right, lift those hips up. Pop the roller down underneath the knees again. Allow for the body just to relax into the floor. Allow for the knees to roll out. And then just allow for the knees to roll in. How little effort can you do to make that happen as the knees roll out and as the knees roll in? So the legs should be able to internally and externally rotate within the hip socket. You're just allowing for that to happen easily in both directions, while the pelvis and the ribs and the skull are all heavy into the floor. There's really no effort through the tummy. There's no effort through the back. The body is safe and the body is capable. Let's finish off with some little side-to-side movements. So as I go to the right-hand side, my left knee pushes out over towards the toes. I come back to the center. As I go to the left-hand side, my right knee pushes out over towards the toes, allowing for the movement to be easy. The back of the shoulders, the back of the arms, and the top of the ribs are heavy on the floor, while the low body is moving freely in both directions, but freely with control. So I'm not just collapsing the body. I'm feeling where my end point of that juicy flexibility and that rebound is, because I could just let my body go and I'm not doing anything. But there is almost, as I take my leg away from me and my body over, there is this equal and opposite rebound pull that brings me back. As I take the top knee away, I can feel that open, and at the end point, I can feel that there's this rebound through the body that brings me back. We want to always be feeling an equal and opposite push and pull through the body in everything that we're doing, which doesn't necessarily mean that there's a heck of a lot of effort in that. There's just an awareness that the body is never collapsing, never falling, that we do have that control. Bring the body back to the center, and we'll finish with some pelvic clocks. So if there was a clock on my pelvis, my belly button is 12, ASIS number 3, pubic bone 6, my other ASIS is 9, and I'm rolling around the clock. Again, with as little effort as possible, allow for the knees to do whatever it is that the knees do, but the movement is definitely coming from those 4 points: belly button, ASIS, pubic bone, ASIS, or those ASIS are those little headlights on the front of the pelvis, and then go the other way, around and around, with complete ease. Nothing is getting locked or stuck. There's no discomfort, no pain that I'm pushing past. If I find a point that's uncomfortable, maybe I just find myself a little bit gentler in that area. And maybe I can even just let my body go. The pain that I feel, if I don't think about what I'm doing, is reduced or no longer present if I just bring awareness to what I am doing in general. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath out through the nose. Hold it at the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe in through the nose, a gentle smile comes onto your lips. Feel good about the work you've done. Feel relaxed, rejuvenated, internalized. And a deep breath out. Beautiful. And you're done for today. So well done on using the foam roller. If you have been practicing your chi ball class, continue to practice both. So I definitely find that the chi ball is fantastic on those days where the pain is quite bad, you know, or those times of the months that the pain is quite bad. The roller I use all the time to keep moving, and I use it more so on the days that I'm feeling nice and strong. So thank you for joining me. I'm Katie Crane, the Pilates professional.